Hello, my people. How are you doing? How is everybody else out here? Meds comes to you live and direct from the capital city of Africa, and that is Nairobi. How are you doing? Hope you're well and you're well in the Lord. And this is the day that the Lord has made. As always, we should be glad and rejoice, guys. I'm coming from a vintage point. If you see from my back, you can see like I'm on top of something. Yes, I'm on top of something. Yeah, but that doesn't really matter. All matters is that you are fine, right? Yeah, you're fine, you're doing well, everything is good with you. That is so important. When you shake yourself like this, how do you feel? Is it okay where you are in? Is your environment right? I've always said, even in your work environment, try and look out for positivity, guys. For positivity. There's nothing draining than being in a working environment that is as negative and toxic people. I've been there before, so I know what I'm saying. So it's of importance, if you're in whichever environment you find yourself in, kindly be vigilant. Check out that your environment exudes positivity. That's very important. So today I just decided to come on here and talk to you about something that I feel that we should talk about. You know, the video that is below is about Victoria, who was murdered by someone she probably trusted as a passenger. You see, when you get into any matatu or when you get into any private taxi, of course, what happens is you trust yourself quite enough to be driven by a stranger, someone you really don't know. So it's a gamble. Even when you get into an Uber or whatever kind of, transport, it's a gamble. You don't know who is driving you. So me, how do I go about it? When I get into a taxi or into any, what I do is I strike a conversation. Yeah. Sometimes being talkative in life is good. I strike a conversation with the person who is driving the vehicle. And what am I trying to do with this? I'm trying to gauge if this person is someone you can trust or you're risking your life. You see, when you get into a taxi, immediately and talk to the person who is, in control of a taxi, there's a feeling in you, and that is always what I say is the Holy Spirit. There's a feeling in you that tells you this is not a good person. But therefore, sure, I've alighted a vehicle halfway. I'm telling you for free. Because the people you get into their vehicles and they're so rude, they exude a lot of negativity, and you tell yourself, man, I can't continue with this driver. Yes, I can't. And you have the right. Maki, you're paying. It's not like you're being driven for free. And so, I don't know if you've been in that situation where you quit on a driver at the middle of a journey. Yes, I have. So it's not wrong if you get into a taxi, even if you're a driver and you're driving someone, and your spirit keeps on telling you, no, this is not the right person. Just quit on them. Just leave. Get another, hike another taxi. I mean, you're paying. Unless you're being driven for free, of course. But if you feel like the taxi I'm in is not the right taxi, this guy is talking so bad, and the energy is negative, and they're very rude, just come off and get them and jump into the next. Taxis are not like relationship where you have to gamble. Can I wait and see if it's gonna work? Taxis are not like marriage where you're gonna gamble and say, he's been assaulting me. He was drunk that day. Can I wait and see? No. Taxi is something you hike. If someone is not exuding the energy you're looking for, you just quit on them and get to another taxi. So don't be shy to quit on a driver who seemingly seems not in the right, disposition. Just leave. Quit on them. I'm telling you, if you get into a matatu and your spirit tells you, the way this conductor is behaving, I'm not going to go with them, just leave and get into another one. If you get into a taxi and you feel this driver is so rude, and the vice versa, you feel this client is not good, just quit on them. Just tell them, no, I can't take you. I can't be your rider today. Look for another rider. Yeah, as simple as that. Don't force yourself to be driven by someone you're not connecting with. Just drop down a bit of your pride. If you get into a taxi, get to know the driver who is driving you. Don't just get into a taxi and sit back like a VIP and assume that I'm paying. At times it's good to interact with the person driving you, even if it's salams or hi, how have you been, how is everything. There are very many topics you can, jump into when you're in a taxi. Just engage. If you feel the engagement is a little bit hazy, just excuse yourself and hike into another one, right? Yeah, because it's so disturbing, honestly, if someone will just kill someone just like that. This story is just entrenching, and it's not the first story. You see, in Kenya, there was another day that we woke up to a massacre of bodies that have been dumped into a quarry that has been used, and it's collected water, and bodies have been dumped there, right, left, and center. And you ask yourself, Jesus Christ, these are either serial killers or people who've abducted people in such circumstances where they come in as taxi drivers and then they disappear with you. So I think one tactic I would want to implore that we try and embrace is, when you get into a taxi, don't be Zacchaeus. Try to calm down. Yeah, you might not be the same level with the driver if that's what you feel, but try and calm down a bit and get a conversation. This one eases down. What do they call it in English? It breaks the ice. Someone who seemingly would have wanted to do something would realize, wow, she's friendly. I don't know about it, but I think that also works. So guys, following up this story of Victoria, the guy has been brought to book, but the family is mourning. The family is mourning. I saw the brother yesterday say, yes, my sister, he doesn't understand how the sister left Mombasa, came all the way to Kiambu and into Gilgil. He can't understand how that route was achieved, because this is someone who was coming from Mombasa to Samburu, and innocently, this woman was innocent. Honestly, you might think whatever you would want to think, but possibly this woman was trying to fight for the kids, like most of us are doing. She never thought in a wide world that anything like this would happen to her. Just like I'm saying, you can get into a matatu and anything funny or something funny happens. You didn't premeditate it. You didn't even think about it. But it just happens. So things can happen to anyone. That's why it's good to be vigilant. Just like I'm saying, if you get into a matatu and you feel that the environment is not wanting, the energy is not energizing. It's not the best words to use. Or better still, you're not connecting with the person who is driving you or the client you're driving. There are people who carried clients, like the driver got lost in Isili. He was carrying a client, for heaven's sake, and this client did 1, 2, 3 things you'd possibly not want to imagine. Luckily, came out alive. You see, in Kenya, it's funny that if they say you've disappeared, oh Jesus, every time I hear someone has disappeared, my spine just chills. Because very few people who disappear in this country come back alive. Few. Oh God. Also check out on the drivers who are driving haphazardly. If you're with a driver who is driving like they're upset or something is wrong, or just be careful. There's a driver who drove me one day from church to my place. Actually, I asked him, kwani mlikosana na bibi? But I did. Because you're coming from a very awesome, sumptuous kind of service that has been preached wholesomely. And here is someone trying to give you devils because you told them the landmark to your place is extensive. Like where the pin shows, you'd have to go a few meters, and you're explaining yourself because you don't want to get there. And then you start fighting one another, and the person just comes on you so hard, because you are like, are you okay? Are you okay, really? Are you okay? Oh my God. May God help us. And that calls for me to continue with this conversation and highlight on mental issues. Guys, a request of us. Kindly check. I've been talking about mental health for quite a long time. And I feel like I should always keep on talking on this issue because this issue does not grow old. If you have a family member or a friend or a colleague whom you've not touched base for quite a long time, kindly check out on them. Why am I saying check out on them? Some of the things in this world that people are doing, they don't seem normal to the common eye. But if you're spiritual enough, you'll understand that something is amiss. There's some things that are necessitated because of mental distress. A lot of people, including I, have been a candidate of stress. No one is immune to stress. But stress becomes a problem if it's extensive, it leads to depression, and then the actions thereof are bizarre. You can be stressed out of your work. You can be stressed out of your relationships. You can be stressed out of your financial distress. Because right now in my country, if I may say truly, things are not as easy as they used to be. So it becomes so hard for you to achieve quite a lot of things for instance, if you're earning a particular salary and things have gone up, it becomes so hard for you to achieve what you would have wanted to achieve with the same amount of money you used to earn. And the life or the cost of living is just doubling day by day. So what that does, it causes mental distress. And most of the people are stressed. Most of the people are suffering from some sort of depression that they either admit they have or they don't. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, try and check out on your friend, on your family, on relative, and find out if they are okay. Why am I saying that? Some of the acts you find people doing, and that is why, have you asked yourself, why is it that when someone is arraigned in court having committed some crime, some bizarre crime, the first thing they do, they are put into a mental facility so that they can check if their mental faculty is intact? Could they be suffering from some mental illness? Could they be suffering from some mental distress before they committed some kind of, crime? And some of these things are happening because people are bottling so much. And that's why I keep on saying on all my platforms, kindly, if something is disturbing you, talk it with someone. Talk to someone. Look for a safe haven. If your pastor is your safe haven, go talk to them. If your friend is a safe haven, if your mama, if your spouse, whoever, your sister, your brother, if you find safety in talking to these people, that is what you should do. Keeping quiet with issues that are piling up and piling up over time is causing a lot of injustice to you as a person. That is why we have a lot of people committing suicide. That is why we have a lot of people committing such crimes like the one committed in Victoria. Because honestly, you don't tell me that person is operating well in their mental faculty. You don't tell me that person is doing well upstairs. You can kill someone and steal their vehicle. You're not doing well. Honestly, let's be realistic. So there could be things that this person has been battling with, things that are disturbing him, yeah? But he could or could not have shared. And that's why I'm imploring any one of you. Kindly check up on your brother, check up on your sister, check up on your friend. Check up on your mama, check up on your papa, grandma and grandfather. Check up on close relatives because it is important. People are suffering from a lot of things that they're bottling. And if there's something that can be solved, kindly talk to the right channel so that you can solve it early. Don't die with issues. Let them brand you that you talk too much. You can't keep, you what. But you know you're saving yourself from a dark day. Because people are suffering out here, but they want to keep it to themselves. And then we read suicide notes. Like, let me give you an example of Dr. Mora. Dr. Mora committed suicide. That's as someone who's been in class for 7 years, an investment worth talking about. I'm tempted to think there's something that could have been, because they're talking of stress and maybe working long hours and less pay and all those things. Some of these stresses should be talked about. Look for someone you can talk to. Because I'm telling you, life is not that long to be endured in areas you cannot endure. You are not a superhero when it comes to problems that you cannot solve. And there is no one who's going to demonize you for talking your truth, talking your side, so that you can help yourselves. No one is going to demonize you. Look for the right channels. People you can, one, not two. One, someone you can trust. Though they say there's no secret that is kept between two people, but look for someone you can trust. There are people who listen to you. You know, in this life, there are people who can listen to you and talk to you and you feel advised, you feel loved, you feel encouraged. There are people who are like that. There are people you can share with your problems and you feel your burden is lifted. Those are the people you should look for. There are people you can talk to and you feel like your world has just become at ease. Those are the people you should look for. Don't die with your problems whatsoever. There is nothing that is insolvable. My dad used to say, Meds, there is nothing that cannot be solved in this world. Nothing. By the way, there's nothing. Don't be deceived. There's nothing that cannot be solved in this world. No one should tell you there is nothing that cannot be solved in this world. You just have to look for the right avenue, for the right channels to solve whatever it is. Don't die with a problem because you're not sure on how to approach it. Just figure out on how to approach it. A lot of suicide cases are being reported. A lot of harm is being caused in the society by fellow humans. Either in relationships, which are marriages, and courtships, and these boy-girl friend relationships, work related. Dr. Mora committed suicide because it's alleged that she was distressed, working so long hours, no offs, and at the end of the day, they pay. You see, the interns were fighting the other day that they need to be paid. A doctor was gone to class for 7 years, getting 49,000 Kenya shillings. Divaji was, KPMDU Secretary General was saying, there is no way someone will just go to class for those years and they're just getting 49 baht. Don't mind me. I can't open my mouth so wide. I had a procedure today, and I'm recovering from it. So I'm just my mouth cannot open so wide, and that's why I keep on saying, don't die alone. Look for a support group. You see those support groups like they have when people are recovering from drug addiction and drug abuse. Look for people you can talk to. I'm telling you, there's no one who is a mafia in any field. There's no expert in any field at you. And let me tell you, don't compare yourself with anyone. Don't look at Medrin and say, Oh, I want this and this. No. You are not aware what Medrin is going through. Neither are you aware what that particular person you idolize is going through. So you fight your own battles. I've always been a preacher of never compare yourself with anybody. By the way, I'm one person who doesn't believe in comparing themselves with anyone. Yeah. Me, I don't, by the way. I don't compare. Mr. Pilot is passing. Tango Foxtrot, Romeo and Juliet. Let me see if I can tell which plane is this. No, I can't be able to tell. But basically trying to say in short is, let me see. What I'm trying to say in short is, never ever compare yourself with anybody in this life. Not for any reason. Don't lack sleep because of someone. Don't lack sleep, I say, and I'll repeat, because of somebody. Don't even disturb people. I want to. Nah. Imagine God has written you in his palm. Your name is embedded in God's palm. That means you're special in your own way. And that thing that you're special in, try and know what it is and perfect it. And God shall come, because God blesses the work of your hands. You cannot sit back and compare yourself with that neighbor in your village. You cannot sit back and compare yourself with that friend that you're with in high school. You cannot disturb yourself so hard to an extent of stealing, to an extent of aping and wanting to be like somebody. No, you are created in your own image. And that is what it means when God says you're created in your own image. Then it means that you're special. You're special, girl. You're special, man. You can't keep comparing yourself with people. And that is also causing mental distress. Because you want to be like someone so bad, you get stressed. You want to do things that you cannot be able to do. I'm talking of mental wellness. Kindly take your time to build yourself, and God will come through. Haven't you had like you can liken yourself like salvation? When you get born again today, God erases what you've done in 1,000 years. And takes you like a new creature. So when God decides to bless you, He does it in a way that today you can sleep with nothing, and tomorrow you wake up a millionaire. So don't compare with anyone. Don't come for me at you say at Medrin is encouraging miracle money. No. Haven't you had someone who just won 235 million out of maybe trying a jackpot of 10 bob, 20 bob? So God can decide to bless you. I didn't say you go gambling, no. God can decide to bless you in any way. And no, God is not a respecter of persons. God is not a respecter of people. He does what He wills best for you and me. Neither is He a son of man that He should lie. Oh God, when He decides to bless you, I'm telling you, He will do it exceedingly, abundantly, above more than what you can imagine. He will come through for you. It doesn't matter how people view you. It doesn't matter how people think about you. But when God decides to bless you, that is what He does. He doesn't consult nobody. He doesn't consult your friend. He doesn't consult your parent. He doesn't consult your brother. Neither does He consult your sister. He comes in handy for you. It doesn't matter how people have positioned you in the society. It doesn't matter what people say about it. But when God comes, He comes thoroughly and He blesses you and your generations. So don't tire. When you get a chance, give deity unto deity. Give thanks to who it belongs. And let me tell you, don't be deceived. God operates in His own time. I'm telling you, is not a respecter of man. And this God that we serve is a God of wonders. Is worthy of all the praise and honor. Is worthy to be exalted and adored. Is worthy to be glorified. Because He's Jehovah Jireh. Is Jehovah, Adonai. Is worthy of all the praise that we give Him. And I came to encourage you out here who are feeling like life is dealing you bad. God is coming in your way. God is coming to rescue you. God is coming to ensure that you're not sinking. So what I can encourage you this evening is don't give up. Don't tire. Keep trusting God. Keep praying. Oh, shut up. Keep praying. Keep trusting God. Keep telling him that need that is disturbing you, because God shall surely come your way. Give him all your needs, because he's a bearer of the burdens that we carry. He says, bring your burdens to you and I'll make them light. And this afternoon, I'm going to agree with you that this afternoon, whatever you're going to present to God is going to mark it here on earth and ensure that it's stamped in heaven. It's going to come to you. Oh God, Lord, shake hand, press together, and it's gonna be running over. And when you come out, people will be saying, oh my God, where was she hiding? What was happening to her? And I'm encouraging you this afternoon and telling you that God shall surely come and bless you, shall surely come and do you good, shall surely ensure that you're worthy of recognition. They have stamped on you like they stamped on a lot of people. We know in the Bible, woman with the issue of blood, they stamped on quite a lot of people in the Bible, Nehemiah. But when God comes, I'm telling you, he comes to deal you good. That's why I'm telling you, don't lose that, don't lose hope. Always be trusting in this God who is not like a man that he should lie. Keep trusting in him, keep depending on him, yeah? And always trust that he will do you good. Yeah, he will do you good. He will do you good. It will do you good. Yeah, it will do you good. So I just decided to come on here and say hello and, talk to you. Yeah, talk to you. I think I felt like I should talk to you and find out how you're doing. Find out how you're doing. You're on. Yeah, thank you so much for always supporting your girl. I don't take you for granted. I appreciate you. If you're coming in for the first time country, go and subscribe to Meds at It. No, Meds World TV. And our match days is soon coming, guys. If you want to join and become a member. By the way, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Slowly, and we'll get there. Thank you so much for always coming back. Thank you so much for leaving a sweet comment to encourage me. Yeah, thank you. Mike Jones, thank you. Radika, thank you. Mooks, those guys who leave comments in my pages always, I appreciate you so much. I love you. It really goes a long way. Encourages someone, makes someone feel they're not doing nothing. So thank you so much for your love and support. I appreciate you so much. Let's keep praying for one another. Let's keep trusting in God. That's the right thing to do, guys. Be blessed as you come out of your houses and as you go back. May God protect your steps and order your steps so that whenever you step, you achieve that which God has destined for you to achieve. I love you so much and always see you in the next one. Love you guys. 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 Yeah, we're shooting from the rooftop. Adios.